Good morning. Sorry I was late this week. Normally I try to do it on Monday. We weren't able to do that, but today we are going to do San Francisco. And we're going to compare both single family as well as condos separately because they're two very different markets. San Francisco, of course, I would say capital, the North Bay, Bay Area, the city and the most famous place. Let's jump right in. Okay, so first we're going to look at single family homes in San Francisco, and we're looking at the median sales price going back to 2018 to see pre-COVID, pre-pandemic to what's happening now. You can see it's gone up and down. If we dive deep into data, we'll see that it's actually risen quite a bit. So let's take a look at both August and September going back for till 2018, and you can see that this is once again a reminder of what we're looking at San Francisco single family homes. So they went up to 1.835 at the peak of last year in August, and then 1.75 in September, and then definitely come down since then. If we just go all the way back pre-pandemic, you can see that it's still gone up, right? And now let's now look at the condos, okay, and see how they compare for the same time period in San Francisco. So you can see here, that's quite a different story. Okay, so let's look at the chart again. Right, so they've stayed in a pretty narrow range, right, over the past few years. See here that we're looking at the median sales price of condos houses in San Francisco. So we're actually down, right? And you can see even through the pandemic, as you probably know, people were moving away from the big cities, right, to get some more space, right, for the backyard and stuck at home. So you can see that the prices have stayed, relatively flat and in certain cases down, right? So now let's jump back to single family, and now let's look at the median days on market. So number of days it takes from when the listing goes public to when the seller accepts an offer. So we're back at single families, right? And we can see it's been pretty steady, right? Around 15 days, and during the pandemic, it dropped down to single digits. So we can see it's been pretty healthy, the single family market on the days on market. So approximately 15 days, right, is kind of where we're at. That's been pretty consistent, right, through the pandemic. So let's see how that compares to condos and townhouses. And as you can see, right, that has climbed quite a bit. And you can see the seasonality here, right? So during the fall to winter, days on market start picking up, and then coming into the spring, things start to sell and go back down again. So you can see here this cycle, right? Right now we're quite high on the days on market. We're at over 30 days right now, right? And so during the pandemic last year, it was under 20, right? And if we go all the way back, right, pre-pandemic, we can see that it was 1960 as well, right? 2018. Okay. So Let's see the next stats. So the last stat that we're going to look at for both will be months of inventory, right? So let's jump back to single family and see. So here's the chart. Now let's dive into the data. So you can see, once again, we're going to look at August, September. It's creeped back up, right? But we're still less than 2018, right? So it was even lower, right? In the last year, only 2 months of inventory for single family houses in San Francisco, and now we're up to 2.7. But looking back to 2018, we 3.6 of inventory single family houses. So the final stat we'll look at for the condos and townhouses in San Francisco will be the months of inventory. So you can see here, there's definitely more inventory condos and townhouses in San Francisco than single family houses, right? So you can look here, going back to 2018 and comparing the years after. So we're definitely picked up. You can see here at the height of the pandemic, right? There was a lot of inventory, 7 months of inventory, 6 months of inventory. Right now we're down to 6 for the last 2 months. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. You can read the whiteboard today. It says October 12th. We will see you next week to go for further stats, and we'll pick a new county. All right, hope you have an awesome